In this video, we're going to be measuring grade. Why, you ask? Because when someone, me, measured out this plan, they didn't get the numbers for the grade in the backyard. So today, that's what I'm going to be doing. But first, we're going to need some gear. Nice, it printed out the whole plan. First try. Ready to go. Almost empty? In this economy? Apparently that goes for more than just the gas. After driving for what seems like an eternity, I am here at the job site and it is time to get measuring. And start. So I'm measuring the difference between grades. I want to figure out what the grade is here and how different it is from the grade on the seawall over here. So what a transit does is it throws out a flat disc of laser light, and that laser is level to gravity, is level to the ground. And the purpose of that is that I want to measure how much the ground slants, or what the difference is between over here and over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stick and this reader. This is basically a massive yardstick, and I'm going to use this reader. I'm going to go up and down. Right there, at this point, we are at 3 feet almost exactly. So I'm going to mark that on my map or my site plan and show that this point exactly here is 3 feet according to the laser transit. Now if the laser transit moves, of course that measurement moves, but if I leave the laser transit set up for now and measure everything here, then all of those numbers will be the difference from each other as relative to each other, if that makes sense. It works like this. I'm gonna measure here, 2 feet 8 inches, 4 feet 5 inches. And I'm gonna do that here and here, just to see what the difference is in this whole area and how much it falls. And I'll probably get a couple readings right here in the middle too. Windowsill is 2.6. And then I'm just gonna repeat this process over the entire area. I'm all done. I got a plan full of equations, and basically what it says is that the yard is pretty high over here and it drops off pretty suddenly somewhere in the middle here. So what does all this mean? It means that putting in a patio for this area is gonna require a lot less dig out down there than it will up here. What I'm gonna wanna do is put a little wall there, because if you've ever been on a patio that slants pretty hardcore, it's called a driveway. And it's not exactly the place that you always want to sit out and have fun in the sun with your friends and fam. For this client, what we're gonna do is probably go a different route than taking the time to produce a massive patio to cover this whole area. So that's why you would want a transit. You'd want to figure out the existing grade of an area, or to determine the grade that you would want to put in the future. Think of it like a tape measure, but instead of going side to side, it goes up and down and measures grade over a large area. Now the last thing I need to do is take pictures of this area to see what we want to keep and what we want to replace, because not all of that's gonna stay. Even though this was a really nice landscape once upon a time, it has now been years and years, and it's time for it to be refreshed and redone. Notice how big those boxwoods are and how big the grasses are. If those stay there like that, then they are going to overgrow that space even more. Also check out this tree. See how close it is to the bed edge? Trees generally need a 3-foot radius from the tree trunk to the bed edge for saplings like that. And this one is nowhere close to that. It needs a little more space if it's going to stay there, which it is. So I'm gonna have to adjust the bed edge, and we're gonna have to mark some of these grasses and boxwoods for rip out. Now that I've got my measurements, it's time to go back to the shop and whip this plan up. Back from the job site after an interminably long drive, it is time to take the information that we gathered on site and put it to practice on the plan that I'm using, and let that information, the numbers that I got from the transit readings, guide how I design this project. All right, let's begin. All right, it is done. Let's talk about this plan. Up here we've got the entrance walk where they will park their cars and walk in the front to their door. Over here there's really simple landscaping. You can see in this bed we've taken out all that clutter and replaced it with some clean, simple bushes. We've got 2 hydrangeas there, a butterfly bush. That tree has a little extra bed. Wow, now it has room to grow. There's some ground cover and just some simple evergreens. Same thing is mirrored on the other side, where the evergreens continue around the edge to provide a little screening to the covered porch, and then it moves on. Down here we have a simple walkway from the garage to this storage area on the side of the house. It is grass in between the stone and not grout or anything like that, because how annoying would that weird shape be to mow right there? That'd be super annoying. So you mow right over the top of the pathway just like you would at your lawn, and the grass gets trimmed, same as it would anywhere else. That's kind of a fun thing that I like to put in a yard if you've got a transportation area. Up here, we've got a really minimalistic, right here on this side and on this side, there are 2 sliding glass doors, but they each only open halfway, so the entrance to them is blocked on most portions. Now we've got 2 hydrangeas and some boxwoods around there, as well as some ground covers. And then here we've got access to the yard in the middle of the patio space. And the reason that this is important is that you want to be able to access the seawall and your living space out in the yard, or just, you know, have a really easy way to get to the dock and the boats. Over here then we've got a fire pit area with a stone seat wall, 2 hydrangeas, 3 hydrangeas, some boxwoods, and some ground covers. Again, really simple, but it's a space for living, because landscaping isn't about the landscape itself, it's about the space that it is framing. So whenever you're designing your landscape or you're thinking about your own landscape, think about what you want to be doing in that space rather than how awesome your landscape is and how you think your friends are going to admire it and all your hard work. They should, but they should admire your hard work from the cool patio that they are sitting in chilling with a nice cold drink, because you invited them over, because you now have space and time to put into your relationship and friendship. Hopefully you can use some of the lessons you've learned in this project, or just the inspiration from seeing how easy it is to design your own landscape, to use this in your own backyard to make your space a beautiful place where your friends and family want to come and hang out with you on the weekend or just on a weekday night. If you need any help with your own personal landscape, then I have a gift for you as a way of saying thanks for joining me today. It's in the link below or in the QR code on the side. You can scan it with your phone and download that free guide. It's a step-by-step process for everything from design to installation, maintenance, and even inspiration if that's what you struggle with. I mean, what's more inspiration than hanging out with me for the day? But if you need even more, that guide is there for you, and I will be here for you in the form of step-by-step, simple to execute processes that you can use to save yourself time, money, and get more of both to spend with your friends and family and your loved ones. So thanks for joining me today. I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you in the next video.